The FBI is investigating after two people were shot by a Border Patrol agent in Portland, Oregon. This is as protests continue in Minneapolis and cities across the country after an ICE agent shot and killed a woman Wednesday.
As NBC's Alice Barr reports, state and local leaders there in Minnesota say they're being shut out of the investigation into the shooting, which the Trump administration says was justified.
This morning, another American city roiled by a shooting during an immigration operation, this time in Portland, Oregon, where a Border Patrol agent shot and injured two people during a targeted traffic stop. A Department of Homeland Security spokesperson says the car's passenger was an undocumented immigrant from Venezuela involved in a recent Portland shooting, and that they and the driver are both accused of ties to the Tren de Aragua gang. DHS says when Border Patrol agents identified themselves, the driver tried to run them over, and an agent fired defensive shots. The car fled, then called for help.
Our officers responded. We found a male and a female with apparent gunshot wounds. The patients were transported to local hospital, and their conditions at this time are unknown.
We're calling on ICE to halt all operations in Portland until a full and independent investigation can take place.
That amid growing protests nationwide over the fatal shooting of 37-year-old Renee Good by an ICE officer in Minneapolis. Investigators say Good, a U.S. citizen and mother of three, was blocking the road with her car. Video shows officers approach, one stepping in front of the vehicle, and when the driver pulls forward and turns right, an officer fires multiple rounds, killing her. Vice President J.D. Vance defending the officer's actions.
You have a woman who was trying to obstruct a legitimate law enforcement operation. I can believe that her death is a tragedy while also recognizing that it's a tragedy of her own making.
State and local officials sharply refute the administration's narrative and are outraged that state law enforcement was shut out of the FBI's investigation. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz announced he'd authorized the National Guard to be ready to support law enforcement amid continuing protests as schools across Minneapolis are closed again today. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.